first. I'm recording it, and then go over here. So we are on the platform of Prestige Cronza Consulting Firm PCCF, and Y.Y.C.I International is in collaboration with them. They are the one organizing this diploma program, and they just invite us to join them so that we can work together as a team. So I acknowledge and express my gratitude to, I guess you are not, okay. I acknowledge and express my gratitude to Dr. Lonsington, the founder of Prestige Cronza Consulting Firm PCCF, and the organizer of this 10 days online diploma in leadership and management. So we are honored and we are grateful to be collaborating with them to deliver this program. And I will be sharing my inspirational nugget of wisdom on leadership and management in this program to prepare you so that you can open up and learn as much as you want to learn. So this is just the beginning, the preparation, and also watering or planting. So you now need to build on the information, and that's why I will invite you to join us on WhatsApp so that you can learn and keep learning until you get it right. And whatever you've learned and you understand, you will be able to apply it to your life as effective leader. Okay.
Dr. Elizabeth Lucas is a dynamic and motivation speaker. She is based in the United Kingdom. She is the founder and director of Y.Y.C.I International. She has been invited to several international conferences to speak and lecture. She is an intelligent teacher, author, and she is a mentor to the younger generation. Please subscribe to YYCI TV on YouTube to watch her amazing videos. You will be glad you did.
This is just to let you know that there's nothing too difficult for you to do.
If we can change, then everything around us will change.
Without wisdom, you can't really create wealth. We're in the world of creativity. Please subscribe to YYCI.tv for inspirational nuggets of wisdom and other YYCI events, and watch and subscribe, comment on it, and also share it with others. Also, I would like to welcome you to watch the previous teaching on this platform of Prestige Cronza Consulting Firm on the leadership and management diploma. So avail yourself and read and study and gain more knowledge to be able to apply to your leadership style. Okay. I won't repeat myself again who I am, but this is what I do, and I really appreciate you. If you want to know more about it, you can contact us. So, and then we have so many books we've written, and if you want to get any of our books, you can get it from www.amazon.com or www.amazon.co.uk. Y.Y.C.I International by Elizabeth.com and elizabethcreation.co.uk. We also have a lot of master classes that you can join to become either co-author or author of a book. So avail yourself with all the informations because I'm not going to stay too long on that. We also have the advanced authorship masterclass where we can give you all the knowledge you need to become author of your own book and even award-winning author or international author. These are some of our accolades. And then the 4 elements of the truth are ignorance, lack of understanding, lack of vision, unknown of our identity of who we are and our purpose. I can guarantee you, if you break free from these 4 elements, you can become a champion, you can become an effective leader, imparting into other people's life and be an influencer. Everything in life requires hard work. You need to learn. You need to build yourself up. You need to invest into your life. You need to apply what you've studied. And you need to break every barrier that you find yourself. Come out of your comfort zone and be the best of yourself and make a change in the society. So it depends on, so it requires hard work, dedication, commitment, sacrifice, investment, honesty, integrity, and also be grateful. Okay, so become a life learner, because that is what we need to stand for. Curiosity will keep you thirsty for more. And no matter your level of education, you should never stop learning. And Y.Y.C.I Mama said, and I quote, "A thirst for knowledge is something that can never be quenched and should be a lifelong quest." So discover what you are capable of doing, your skills, your gifts, your talent, and even your capacity, and keep yourself in a growth mindset and keep learning. All our dreams can come through if we have the courage to pursue them. By Walt Disney, are you ready to pursue your dream? Never give up on your dream, and always, always dream big, but start small and keep learning and keep building yourself up. So these are these modules that we've covered so far. Communication skills for leadership management is what we've been dealing with since this weekend, especially on my side. But today we're just going to extend more by the topic of honing your listening skills with special focus on reflective leading. Like I've said before, this is the theory of, this is the equation of leadership formula. E stands for event, plus R stands for how you respond to that event. And then that is how you get your result, your final result of overcoming. For leaders to lead, direct, and manage people, we need to know how to relate with them. So how can you consider yourself as a leader? The answer is your action is your leadership. Attitude, and even the way you are bold and be in high confidence and be brave as a leader. That makes you a great and effective leader. So, okay, what are the 5 qualities of a good leader? 5, decisiveness, the ability to make decisions, particularly when under pressure, is an important skill to master. The second one is trustworthiness. The third one is empowerment of others. A leader must be willing to empower those that are under him or her. Clear communication, and that is why we will keep listening, keep studying and building our communication skills. Resilience, when there is problem, you are not meant to give up as a leader, but to assure your team members that it is well and you can overcome all the challenges in the life. If leader is strong enough, he will be able to see the other members of his team victoriously. Okay. 6, skills of developing your leadership: communication, commitment, competency, cultural competence, connection, character, contribution, coping, control, and consistency. Okay, now we're going straight. What are good communication skills? Effective communication requires us to be clear and complete in what we are trying to express to our members. Being an effective communicator is in our professions and personal lives involves learning the skills to exchange information with clarity, empathy, and understanding. So why communication skills are important for leaders? Communication skills in leadership are important as they enable you to take responsibility for your team and convey your message in clear, unambiguous terms. With excellent communication, you can set the tone for your workplace and make it easier for your team members to understand your work expectations. So that is why it is so important that we build our communication skills, because as a leader, you are there to empower, you are there to support, you are there to encourage, you are there to manage people, to encourage, to empower them, to lead them right, to listen to them, and also to carry them along as you achieve the goals that has been set. So the 6 leadership communication skills are writing, verbal, presentation, like we're doing now, non-verbal, cross-cultural, and also listening. These are the 6 leadership, communication skills. So what's the most least often mentioned when you challenge people to list them? What is the most important among all these? It could be verbal to you, it could be the written part, it could be the presentation, non-verbal, cross-cultural, or listening. But for me personally, I would say listening is my own best. So what are the 3 examples of how good leaders should communicate? Number 1, active listening. Be able to listen to others actively and attentively and show that you understand what they are saying. If you don't understand them, what will happen? You might misjudge them. You might misinterpret them. You might even conclude or assume that you understand what they are saying to you. So that's more reason why we should pay attention attentively to listening to them. Listen with the ears of wanted to understand, listening in the ears of you are interested in what the other people are saying, listening in with your ears that wants to get better understanding, because when you get the better understanding of what you are saying or what they are saying to you, then you will know how to make decision, how to react, how to comprehend, how to apply it, and even how to respond or give them the feedback. Effective feedback is the second one. You need to welcome feedback. It could be negative or positive, but you still need to welcome that, because when you welcome that, they themselves will know the areas where they need to improve. So always make sure that your feedback is constructive and helpful for them to reason with you and find ways of improving themselves. Why? Because no one is perfect. Adaptive communication is also very important. Be able to adapt your communication style to different audiences and situations, because there are different kinds of audience. So you need to know those people that you want to express yourself with. We have different culture, different language, different lifestyle, different habit. So we should be able to know who our audience is before we prepare and before we present to them. For example, the way you will present to a scholar or a learner or educators or might be different from those people that are in the business. Their language might be different. So you need to know the language to express and to present your statement to them. And that is why you can be adapted, because I believe that it's not only one audience system, type of audience that you are going to face. You can face it like me. I'm going to be facing a lot of students right from primary schools to university. I'm also going to be facing the leaders, the youth leaders, the older leaders. I'm going to be facing them. So if I am working even in the company, corporate companies, there's another way I can present my message to them. So that is why we need to study our audience and also study the situation, because what you are bringing to the table to present to them must be relating to the solution, must be relating to the present situation, must be relating to the people, what they are learning from and how they want to apply it. So that is why it is so very important that we can be an adaptive communicators. Okay, how do you communicate properly? Ways to improve your communication skills. Listen, listen, listen is very, very important. Don't jump into conclusion. Don't interrupt the speaker if you really want to get what they want to get. Because sometimes, even when you are mentoring, like me, I'm mentoring many youths. I mean, I have to allow them to finish what they are saying, to finish how they are expressing themselves before I now react. That is the only way that you can show empathy, that you are in their shoe and you reason with them and you understand what they are saying. So don't interrupt with them. Always have the ability and willingness to listen, listen, listen. Who you are talking to matters. Who are you talking to? Who are you? As it's just like I said earlier on, you have to know your audience. You have to know your clients. You have to know your mentees, because everybody is different. And the way everybody is going to reason and comprehend with what you've said might be different. So you need to know who you are talking to. Body language matters a lot. You know, sometimes you can be speaking, you can be saying, expressing yourself and saying very important information, passing it on. But if your body language is speaking opposite that, then it will be in a state of confusion. So mind your body language. For example, if I'm going to be sharing with you my inspirational nugget of wisdom, I don't find myself frowning because you are telling them that I don't believe what I say. But if I express my inspirational nugget of wisdom, I am saying that I am here to lift your spirit up, to let you believe that you are great, to let you know that you are special. And that is the way to do it. So you need to know the right way to present. Body language really, really is very important. Check your message before you hit send. Either you are writing them down or you are preparing them to be presented or to speak. Anyway, check it out before you before you present it. Make sure that it will reach the right audience, the target audience. Make sure that the message you want to present to them, they will listen and it will help them. Make sure you are saying the right thing at the right place for the right moment and for the right purpose. Be brief and yet be specific. Don't go around the bush. I think all of us need to improve ourselves. Me personally, I need to improve myself in that area, because sometimes when you are passionate of something, then you want to give so many scenarios, so many stories to back your statement. But sometimes time is very precious that we need to be conscious of. Write things down. You don't know it all. That's why I asked right from the beginning. Whenever you go for a seminar or workshop or master classes, always go with your notebooks. I've got so many notebooks here that I'm writing. My books, look, it's always full, because I'm writing, I'm learning. I cannot absorb everything at that time. But when you write it down, you can go back to it. And not only that, when you are writing down, you are writing down with your own understanding. And when you write it down with your own understanding, then you get the revelation of it, then you apply it into your lives. Sometimes it's better to pick up the phone and to do whatever you want to do. Probably we're talking about the recording. So maybe you want to record something that you think is very important. You can use your phone to do it, and think before you speak. Very, very important. Okay, let's move on. Active living. Active listening is a communication skills that involves going beyond simple hearing the words that another person speaks, but also seeking to understand the meaning and the intent behind them. That is why it is so important that you listen attentively. While you are listening in, and then you are getting what they are saying, you will be reasoning. That's where your questions will come. Because you don't reason with that, and you don't understand, and you don't learn anything, there will be no questions, because you will think, okay, it's another thing. That's the time you will be distracted. Your focus will be broken because you are not really listening attentively. It requires being an active participant in the communication process. Like I always encourage you, chat on the board. I mean, write, type anything on the board. Like you are reasoning with what I'm saying. So in your own words, write it down on the chat box. Let others read also from what you are saying. Be involved. Be involved. Be an active participant. Then ask your questions. Don't let it just go like that. Okay. In communication, active listening is important because it keeps you engaged with your conversation partner in a positive way. There are so many ways. Like me, maybe you've not observed. When I'm listening to others, you will either see me nodding myself or clicking that button of reaction and saying, yes, yes, yes. So even if you don't want to interrupt the speaker, there's still ways you can appreciate what they are saying based on your own understanding. So like now, if I check my chat box, I can see, okay, Emmanuel Charles is saying, can you add a co-host to assist in which I've been carried away with what I'm doing, you see, because I was working hard. And I can see another person say, Your Excellency, please appoint a co-host. Oh my God, I think I have to do that. Well, so that we can all work together. It's because I'm trying to be more time conscious. So let me do that quickly. Sorry about that. You see? So that is what I'm trying to say, that we need to involve. And that is the way we can have a better understanding. That is where the interactive will happen. So are we ready to do that? So now I want to see more information on my chat box. So we've done that. So what are the 4 R's of active listening? 4 R's. I hope you are jotting it down. Receiving, responding, recalling, and rating make up the listening process. That's the 4 R's. Receiving, that means you are receiving, you are absorbing it. Responding, and that is why you can make use of the chat box or even ask your question. Recalling, I think recalling is even better because you are like affirming what you've learned and you're asking questions. So asking questions is bringing the speaker back to come and explain clearly so you can get the better understanding, and then the rating. Trust is a major commodity that active listening can help you establish. Consider your team's behavior. Are they disengaging from what you are saying instead of paying attention to you? Because that can be discouraging. Imagine if my chat box is just plain like that for the time I've been speaking. There is no thumb up, there is no love it or like it, there is no question. It's like a waste of time for the speaker. And that can discourage the person to carry on. Yesterday, for example, I was really struggling. But then few of you responded. That gives me encouragement. So please, let us support one another by engaging in this kind of discussion. Are they disengaging from what you are saying instead of paying attention to you? Are they absent from work more and more in your team? Because if they are what's the word now? Disconnected, then there will be no encouragement. There will be no encourage to want to work effectively. Do they seem reluctant to share information with you? That is where we can affirm you. We can encourage you to say, please, feel free to share your opinion. Feel free. I know if I put this thing on Facebook Live, I've known of 3 personalities that always comment. And that's encourage us. It encouraged me personally because that means to show that I have people listening with their listening ears and they are getting and understanding what I am telling them. So the same thing happens to every leaders. Do they rely excessively on emails So that is all the questions that you need to ask yourself, and that is how you need to encourage yourself and give rooms for them. These are all the signs your team may not trust you. And it's true, because if you're not listening to them, then they can't trust you. If they're not, this behavior can damage progress by fueling resentment and lowering productivity. Your team members may not be feeling heard when they speak to you, and that can make them to withdraw. So always give room for discussion, for dialogue, which case learning to listen actively creates the opportunity to reestablish trust and form healthier working relationship with your team, with your members, with your employees, even with your people, anybody. So it's very, very important. Okay, so let's move on. Importance of listening skills in communication. It reduces misunderstandings. Everything that is going on in the whole world is because of misunderstanding. It's because of a misunderstanding. And people are not having patience enough to open dialogue and then to discuss. All the wars that is going on everywhere, Gaza, Russia, everywhere, is because of lack of misunderstanding. Poor communication always results in misunderstanding. Oh, yes. Because if I'm talking or you were talking to me and we didn't understand one another, then that is poor communication. And that is why we need to be building our communication skills as a leader. Build empathy. So that means the importance of listening skills will bring empathy, because you are showing the person speaking to you, you are showing them that you are there, you are present with them, and you appreciate them, and you are listening attentive listening, and you show morale at that time. So you open up the wounds when you listen to them. Limit judgment. Oh, yes. When we have a listening skills in communication, we also limit judgment, because sometimes we might judge wrong. So, but when you listen, there will be no assumption. Then you'll be able to judge right and pick up the right information. It also improves business relationship. If I don't listen to Dr. Lonson, and Dr. Lonson is not listening to me, there's no point building our relationship or collaborating with one another. So it builds relationship. It improves relationship, as well as business, professional relationship. It also increases productivity, because if you understand, when you listen to the instructions given and you understand that in relationship, you'll be able to produce well. It also enhances leadership skills. So as a leader, we need to be really willing to listen to others. That is the way we can build rapport. That's the only way we can build relationship. That's the only way we can build even on the better understanding. Wisdom is the principal thing. But in all our gettings, we need to get better understanding, says by the scripture. So it is very important, because if I don't understand you, don't understand me, there's no point building anything. It's like wasting our time. And then providing feedback. Listening skills will give you enough opportunity to provide feedback. Like we present to you the assessment number 1. The reason why we have that is because we want to see how much you've gained from what we've said so far. So when you have listened attentively and you have jotted down whatever you need to jot down, and you get a better understanding, answering all those starting questions in that assessment number 1 shouldn't be your problem. The same thing happens in the world. When the leaders of nation listening to the people in the nation, when they listen to them, then you'll be able to know their needs. You'll be able to understand them better. You'll be able to meet their needs. and be responsible for leading them to the right thing and protect them and prevent them from danger. So feedback is very important, and you can only give feedback when you have listened to what has been said. Listening is an important aspect of interpersonal personal relations. When someone feels listened to, they feel loved and understood. Their feelings are validated, and they are often able to gain a deeper understanding of who they are. So as you are helping yourself, you are helping others. Maybe what you are saying, they are reasoning with you, and they are seeing, they are picturing who they are through what you have said to them. For example, like me, if I tell somebody, you know you are special, you know you have greatness in you, that makes, if they've listened carefully, they will be saying, oh, wow, okay, if I'm great and you have greatness in me, what can I do? What's my purpose? How can I be successful? Questions start arising from there. True active listening takes concentration, but will demonstrate your interest in others' view, gain trust, and enable you to gain a deeper understanding of issues and situations. If you don't listen, if our stakeholders are not listening to us, our contributors, our partners, our sponsors, if they are not listening to us, how are they going to understand what we need? How are they going to understand what we need and how they can help us? Stakeholders may have many questions, concerns, and challenges they want to raise. So if they want to come to you and work with you and invest into your country, invest into your life, invest into your education, invest into your business, invest into whatever you are doing, your project, they need to understand. So they also need to listen. So every leaders out there need to listen attentively, because that's the only way you gain better understanding. So we have active listening, builds trust and strong relationship. Active listening can help you to resolve conflict accurately. Active listening prevents you from missing important information. Remember, mindset is everything. Mindset is the storehouse of the information being stored. So it depends on the information you are storing into your storehouse, which is your mindset. But when you listen attentively, you get the right information. Active listening helps you to build more knowledge. That's the place you get more knowledge, new ideas, new innovative. So it is so important as a leader to have that active. Don't go to any seminar willing to just want to speak. No, gain from others. That's a great opportunity. What you don't know, you can gain from others. So, and that is why you need to develop this active listening. Don't get there in the pension of just going there to show up or just to speak. And you speak, finish, you move yourself. We have a policy in YYCI. If you are going to be our great speaker, don't just come there for 5 minutes and speak. Come there to share and to learn. Take back home an idea, and wisdom and knowledge of others. So if you're going to speak, at least we expect you to stay on the platform, at least, no matter how busy you are, at least 30 minutes, so you can learn from others as others learn from you. Let me give you a scenario. The way you want others to do to you, you want others to do to you, you also need to do it for others. So if you have a attentive listening speaking skills, and you are listening to them, they will want to listen to you of what you want to present. But if you are the kind of person you just want to speak and move on, it's give and take. So remember that. Okay. Active listening entails seeking clarification to ensure you correctly understand the speaker's message. This creates the opportunity to gauge whether a problem exists or whether that they are telling you in a sign that a problem could surface, and the first is strategy to address the issue. If you are going to solve problem in this world, you have to have the active listening skills. You need to listen attentively. You don't bring the solution on the problem you don't understand. So you have to listen for you to get the problem that you want to solve. Every leader, their task, their primary task is for them to solve a problem. Every director, every manager, wherever you are leading to solve the problem. You are leading to lead others to solve the problem. So that is why listening skills is very important. The focus of active listening on hearing the whole message means you are engaged on a higher level with the speaker. I hope you are engaged with me today. I really do hope. Let me check my chat box. Let me check. Good. Thank you so much, Manuel Charles. Yes, I like that. Good. Yes, I like that. I appreciate that. Active listening prevents you from missing important information. You see, that's good. I really appreciate that. Yes. So please now be prepared, because in 3 minutes, I'm going to finish up my own statement, and we need to open the dialogue and ask more questions. You can be sure of conflicts in your workplace. People will misunderstand each other or hold different points of view. Did you know? That is why we need to have active listening skills. Active listening is crucial in these circumstances because often we only see issues from our own perspective. But if you want to be a solution solver, a problem solver, if you want to be a champion, if you want to be an active leader, if you want to be an effective and transformational leader, or any other style that you want to use, you need to develop active listening. Sometimes we become so deeply entrenched in our own position that we don't even think about it from other person's perspective, because we always put ourselves in a position of, I know it all, and we know nothing. We are all learning together. So we need to humble ourselves to learn from one another. A tree cannot be a forest. We all are created to unite together and solve the problem of the world. If you are a leader, this is what you need to do. But you cannot solve the world problem. And that's why we need to join hands together. You listen to me, I listen to you. Even this, our youth, they need somebody to listen to. That is why they are being lost in the crowd, because nobody wants to listen to them. Our children are also crying. How much are we spending time with our children to listen to them? Even our youth, they are lost, they are confused, but we need to help them. Why? They are the leaders of today and tomorrow. And the way we guide them, we make them be effective in their leadership. So if we want to hand over the baton to them, then we need to bring them closer and listen to their own perspective, their own ideas, they don't know it all, and we don't know it all. So we learn from them, they learn from us. That is the way life is all about. That is why listening skills is very important. Okay, active listening encourages us to see issues from different viewpoints. The way I will see it will be different from how Lukman will say it, will be different from how Emmanuel will say it, will be different from how Dr. Lonson will say it. And then recognize other people's feelings. We all have feelings. We are all human beings. And generally appreciate all of us. If you want to appreciate people, listen to them attentively. Give them time. Give them space. Listen to what they have to say. If you're working as a team, listen to your team members. Did you see the issues from this perspective? Was this what created the misunderstanding? So these are the questions while you are listening, you are asking questions. Active listening forms a basic to hear the other person's message and move forward towards a solution. It also fosters a culture of respect in the working place. Like I said to you, I am not going to be staying too much today. I'm continuing my lesson tomorrow morning. So I'm just going to stop this. We still have a lot to complete, but I will continue tomorrow. Because listening skills is the most important skills in terms of communication skills. So if you are building your communication as a leader, listening skills is very, very, very important. So I want to now come to you. Ambassador Stephen Temitope Johnson, thank you for joining us. Sister Esther, Dr. Lonson, Ambassador Emmanuel, it is time for question and answers. I told you I'm not staying too long today. So I'm waiting for questions and answers.
Okay, yet again, another interesting session this evening. I want to appreciate you for your time and your impact in our lives already. Quickly under communication skills for leadership, and the subtopic say honing your listening skills with special focus on effective listening. I don't know if I'm the one that missed out. You said something, or rather, let me put it as a question. That what happens to leaders who are not so good in communication, but in communication skills, but they are very good in what they do? What happens?
Good question. They are not ready, they don't have the listening skills, but they are very good in what they are doing. I think you can remember 2 days ago when we discussed on leadership styles. Were you here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The reason why, I know, the reason why, it could be one of the reasons. One of the reasons could be the style they are using to lead the people. Remember, I mentioned so many leadership styles. We have democracy, we have autocratic,
Yes,
especially we have the strategies. We also have so many, we have the transformational. We have, if you can mention them, you can mention, help me out. Dr. Lonson, Sister Esther, because all of you were here when I was training, when I was teaching on that subject. So bear me out. Please type it, say something, remind me. Because I want to know if you got it that time. So, like I said, it might be one of the reasons why they are not listening, because it could be their autocratic style, and probably there's a reason why they are using that style to lead the people. It could be on a short-term emergency workload or task or assignment that they need to carry out. And that situation definitely is the leader and his style that is applying that probably make it that he doesn't want to waste much time. So he have to carry out the job have to be done. So it could be that one of the reasons why they're not listening, or they are not really building their listening skills. So it could be the reason. Another reason could be their own personalities. Because like I said, many people have their own personalities. They have their own way of doing things. They have their own way of seeing others that they're working, that works under them. So it could be their own personalities. It could also be their own beliefs. Remember, I said mindset is everything. And what is in your mind dictates how you will treat others, how you will treat others, how you will perceive others, how you will respect them. So it could be the state of your mind. Remember I said that the state of a man, the state of the mind will dictate how they operate, how they perform.
The perform, yes.
You understand? So
Yes.
it could be all these reasons why they're not listening. And also, it could be your own perspective as well, saying, oh, that leader is not listening. They might have a way that you may not understand that they are listening to you. Because some leaders are very gifted. Although sometimes our body shows, body language. But some people are gifted. You might be speaking to them. They might be doing something else. But then you'll be surprised that they heard everything you said. And if they responded to you, you'll be shocked that, oh, I thought you were not listening to me. So it could be all this that makes, that makes us to assume that they are not listening. And so I've given you about 4 scenarios. So
Yes,
do you
ma'am.
understand that? Okay. Any
Very
other
well, ma'am.
question? Thank you. Any other
Yes,
question?
Yes, ma'am. Please permit me.
Okay, that's all right.
Let me say back home here, we have some environment where we exist that the ethics of the works here is so rigid in such a way that if you are a lower, or how do I put it, a junior staff, your opinion doesn't really count. And sometimes you happen to have an idea of the way you want you could introduce that the work would be done much easier and better for all of us, but they don't seem to listen to you simply because maybe you're just a junior staff, and I don't know. So in this context, how do we go about it that our opinions is being heard? Yeah.
Okay, for your voice to be heard. I like that you finish up your statement. Right. It all depends. Like I said right from the beginning, mindset is in 2 ways: fixed mindset and growth mindset. The fixed mindset is, this is how we're doing it. This is the system we've been using. We can't change it. And we continue. But the other growth mindset will say, yes, we have the system in place, but we can change it and we can grow or research more to improve the system that has already been placed. So like the opportunity you have now is you are growing your mindset. You are going to workshops. You are developing your leadership. But I will shock you that that majority of leaders today, their mindset is still full of what they've known. So you can't blame the system. You can't blame them because it depends on the state of their mind. But the question now is, how can I convey my own ideas, which I think it will help the organization? How can I convey it to them if they are not listening? You can write it down. You can type it nicely and write it down. I'm sure in your working place, you have something like appraiser. You have something like supervisory. Your supervisor will be checking on you, monitoring you once in a while. I'm sure you have all that in the place. You can take what you've written down and share it within that supervisory time or the appraiser time. That's another one. I'm sure some company also has something we call comment box. Comment box. I don't know. Some organizations have it here in UK. So whereby randomly or in anonymously, you can, without putting your name, you can write your points and drop it. Because what they are saying to you is that we don't have time to listen to you. But this is the box that we've established. If you have any ideas that can move the business forward, or even have complaint or feedbacks, they will encourage you to drop it in that box. And they will appoint somebody else to pick up all this and then to read it. And you'll be surprised that the idea you think they didn't listen to you. You'll be surprised that you see them implementing it. Because somebody somewhere is in charge of that area. So it depends on how the organization works, how they are operating. Have I answered your question?
Very well, man.
Okay. Any other question? Thank you so much, Mr. Godswi, for joining us. We're just rounding up and I'm just asking people questions. Ambassador Stephen Temitope Davis, you've been here right from the beginning today. Do you have any questions or even any questions that I have not mentioned here today that we can learn together by sharing it? Any questions, sir? Ambassador Dr. Stephen?
Okay, ma. Thank you, ma. Yes, ma. Happy Sunday, ma.
Happy Sunday to you.
I'm sorry for not opening my
That's fine. That's
video
fine.
because
That's
where
fine.
I am.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
We understand.
Okay, ma. Okay, ma. This, as one of our brother asked this question about communication skill and listening skill. There are some people, as he said, I want to know which one is more important, because you said listening is more important. But there are some people, they are very good in listening, not in communication.
Yeah.
Likewise, some people are also good in communication, but not in listening. So how can we balance the two?
We can. We can balance the two because every skills under communication skills are very important. The reason why I've chosen listening, because in all my journey of life for many, many years, that happens to be the problem for me to be solved among my youth, my children, and also in the society. That is why I just pick up. But all these other skills are very, very important, and we can balance it. How can we balance it? Firstly, we need to learn more about the skills, because it's what you've learned that you can and understand. What you've learned, what you've understand is what you will apply. Isn't it, Dr. Stephen?
Yes.
So
Yes,
that is how we can balance it. I'm not, yes, to me, that is the one that stand out for me. Doesn't mean that it should stand out for others, if you understand.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes,
but that is what stand out for me, because I've been researching more. I've listened to so many youth, because I'm a youth mentor. I've listened to so many women, even the children as well. And what is the average of their saying is that no one listened to them. So that is why that is my own assignment. That is the problem I want to solve. You understand? But that doesn't mean that listening is the only thing. That is my own. So for example, you can choose any other thing, like body language is also very good. You need to watch how you are presenting yourself, because people read through action. You don't tell a young girl not to steal while you are stealing. You might not call it a stealing. Or you don't tell the a young child to say, to lie. You understand? And then you will also want to scold him for lying. You understand?
True.
You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey,
yes.
Body language as well. Sometimes you don't need to open your mouth before people can read through you. It's very important, because our attitude, our character matters. Because if you have a good attitude, then you should present good information. Then you should let people read. Then you should influence and impact into other people's lives. So what we apply into our lives is what that will make us to balance the communication skills. I'll just pick
Okay,
up
ma'am.
that listening skills because number one, that is what I believe that I want to change if I can.
Okay.
You understand? And then number
Yes, ma'am.
two, that is the message on this platform right now that I am emphasizing.
Okay.
But every other skills are very important. And if we don't know, we can't apply. If we don't understand, we cannot demonstrate it. So that is
Okay.
why everything needs to be learned. And then we can
Okay.
apply it to our lives. I hope I've answered your
Okay.
question, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And the other question, I don't know, maybe you've talked about it when I was not around, when you are treating mindset. That some people, their mindset is always negative, maybe because they've hypnotized them, or based on their religion, as you said, that mindset is about everything. There are some people, their mindset towards something in the same department, and the mindset is supposed to have changed towards one direction, towards one goal, so that we can achieve the same goal. But their mindset has been tampered with. So what can we do to those people?
You can't do anything. The only thing you can do is to invite them to seminars. You can't change people. You can only change yourself. And when you change yourself, everything around you and every people around you will be changed. Not that you will tell them to change, but your own attitude can influence them. You understand?
Okay, ma'am.
Because
Yes,
one thing
ma'am.
of that, because I so believe in this mindset, and I have declared it for many years that mindset is everything. I'm also studying about mindset. I'm reading books about mindset because I want to have more knowledge about what I'm talking about. And then another thing is that it's just like what we are saying as a leader. You make a promise, but if your mind is not there, if you have a negative thought against it or your own intention or your own agenda, that means your mindset is not ready to be cleaned up and you won't be able to meet the promises. I know where you are coming from. I mean, take for instance, I want to become a president or a head of state or director of a company or president or a leader, one leader. And then I have my own parastatus. I have my own ambitions. I have my own promises that I want to make to the people. You understand? It's okay
Yes, ma'am.
to write. It's okay to promise, but it's also okay for us to make sure that our mind is clean. Let me put it this way. They said, and I quote from the scripture, it says, as the man thinks, so is he. So even if you promise people heaven and earth, if your mind is opposite what you are saying or you are promising, then you cannot fulfill that promise.
Yeah.
Isn't it? And it also
Yes,
said
ma'am.
that out of the abundance of heart, the mouth speaks.
Yes.
So sometimes most of the things we say to people might not be from our heart. And that is why we can't practice it. We can't demonstrate it. It's only when we now practice and demonstrate it that people will truly know that you mean business. You mean
Yes.
what you said.
Yes.
You understand? So like I
Yes,
said,
ma'am.
that is why we are having this kind of diploma program. But unfortunately, many people don't rush to this kind of thing. They don't come to this kind of conference. They only go to the conference that that they talk something else. And personal development is very important. So
Yes.
if you don't treat yourself, I mean, like I always say, you cannot give what you don't have. So if you know yourself and you know the areas of your strength, the areas of your weakness that you can develop and use your strength to attract opportunities, then you are in the right place. And for you to develop your weakness and also to channel your strength to the right opportunity, then you need to keep learning and keep developing yourself. So you can't change them. but you can change yourself to influence others. And that is what mindset we do.
Okay, ma, thank you.
Because the state of your mind
Okay.
will dictate your action, your attitude, your perspective about others, and how you deal with people, how you add value to others, how you even love yourself. Because if you love yourself and appreciate yourself, then you'll be able to appreciate others. And all these are the informations. Because if you don't have the right information in your mindset, or you have negativity, like the other time, somebody was saying that, how can I break from the angle or the circle of people full of negativity around me? That's a good question. And I said,
Yes.
start working on yourself. And I make a joke that time. I said, if you change yourself, you'll be surprised what your circles will say to you. Oh boy, you don't change. Oh. Am I lying?
No, not at all.
When they notice that you are not really doing what they are doing anymore, you're saying your net positive words, you know, they are saying, oh, things cannot be good in Africa. And then you are saying to them, who said so? Africa is blessed. It's full of gold and silver. It's full of diamond and gold, natural resources. And then your friends are telling you that, come on, wake up. Where side of the country are you from? And you are seeing it. That's where your faith is, isn't it? So
yes,
you keep on saying that, you keep on believing that, you stand on your belief it. By the time you realize it, if you have 10 friends, at least 2 or 3 of them will join you. Don't you think so? They say, I like your ways, oh, hey,
yes,
I go join you, oh, hey, hey. So imagine you've won 2 people to your side. By the time you realize it, you've done 10. From there, thousands. And guess what? You change yourself, you influence into this 10,000. This 10,000 influence to 20,000. Is that not nation? Have you not changed?
Yes, it's a nation.
Especially
Yes.
among our youth. I remember just many years ago, something happened somewhere. Only this BlackBerry that people text and and send the information within 10 seconds. The whole youth of UK knew about that problem. Every youth that have BlackBerry that time. So that means the power is in our hand.
Yes.
It's in our hands for us to do something. If you can change your mindset, develop your leadership skill, that is -1 out of thousands and millions of people that are still out there. And then you change yourself, you influence another 10 people. That's -11. So that's positive is the only way that will move us forward, not negativity. Negative will hold us down. Negative will even make us to just fold our hands and lament, complaining, abusing, gossiping. But if we change our mindset and fill it with positive, with good words, then it will affect us and affect others around us. So I believe I've answered your question.
Thank you, man. God bless you, man.
Right, I want to seize this opportunity again to thank Dr. Lonson. He's helped us a lot regarding the types of leadership style on the chat box. Thank you so much. That's what I like. I like people to just respond and say, very correct, man. Negativity will only pull us down. Exactly. It will only limit us and escalate the problems. It's not going to solve the problem. The only thing that will solve the problem is positivity. It's a fact that things are happening. We cannot deny that. But for us to come out of it and help others is by shifting our mindset from negative to positive. I believe I've answered your question. Okay, my wonderful PA has asked me one question here. My question is, in fact, can you, okay, let me see, maybe because of connectivity, because I'm seeing this for the first time. My question is, what's the most unexpected source of inspiration for leadership lessons that you come across in your experience? Wow, good question, very good question. What is the most unexpected source of inspiration for leadership lessons that you come across in your experience? Maybe so many, but maybe opinions of others. Because if you cannot build yourself up, know who you are and your purpose, and start developing your skills, discovering your gifts and your talent, you will end up living your life based on others people's opinion. That's number one. Number two, another one is waiting for somebody else to approve your action, or approve your dreams, or approve your projects that is not ready or doesn't believe in you. That is also another one, which I suffered it for many years. I knew that this is my dream. I knew that this is my vision. I knew that this is my purpose. But I waited for a long time for somebody or some people to approve it for me. And I waited until I crushed it. And I said, enough is enough of my waiting. If God is giving me the vision, if God is giving me the assignment, I should stand boldly with confidence and declare it and meet my purpose on earth. I think that is one of it. Another one is the people I surrounded myself with. Until you make up your mind to break out, you will be thinking the way they are thinking. You'll be doing, it says, show me your friends, and I will tell you who you are or who you will become. And one of them, I've said it on this platform now. Start building yourself up. Start developing your gifts, your skills, your talent. Start knowing who you are and know your purpose. Know the why. Majority rush to do some things in life and they don't even know why they are doing it. Some people are opening NGOs, businesses. But if you ask them, why do you want to do that business? Why do you want to do that? They cannot give you a tangible reason. And if your why is not strong, when the problem comes, you'll be stuck at the crossroad. So you need to know your why. You need to know the reason why you want to open that shop, why you want to do that business. I remember when the internet started many years ago, everybody want to study internet, or say internet, they call it. Everybody want to open internet cafe, but they don't know the reason. And then when times start rolling up, majority were stuck. They started the business within 2 years, they folded up because they don't have a why. They don't know the reason. They follow the crowd. And that is why I keep on saying, if you know who you are and your purpose, you don't need to copy anyone. You can learn from them and get yourself better. You don't have to compare yourself. Compare yourself with yourself. See yourself where you were last year and today. Compare yourself with yourself. And you don't need to compete, because you can rise above competition and be who you are. Be the best of you. Be the best of what you are doing. I think I've answered your questions. Am I? Ambassador Lukman? Or do you still want me to say something else?
Thank you very much. In fact, you have answered it.
Okay, That's my honorable personal secretary from Nigeria.
Yeah, that's a good work, ma.
Thank you, thank you. Any
Yes,
other
ma'am.
question? Please, we need to round up because we have another section this evening. Any other question? Dr. Ambassador Motola Shoboali, thank you for joining us today. Any question?
There are many questions here, oh, Your Excellency.
Sir?
There are many questions here. Oh.
On the platform. Let me check. Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, yes, yes.
All right. Okay. So I'm just
I
seeing
have
all
a
the
question.
comments. Oh, you have a question? Okay, Dr. Lance, eh? My teacher, you want to ask me a question? Okay. Oh. Let me see if I can answer my teacher's question.
Your
Okay.
Excellency, thank you so much. Indeed, I am blessed to hear from you once again.
Thank you.
My question is very simple. I may know it, but I think it would be nice for this kind of question to be asked for the sake of our people that are listening to us. Now, the topic today says owning your listening skills with special focus on reflective listening. Now, the question goes in this way. In what way can we ensure comprehension after receiving instructions from our superiors?
Anyway, okay. Please repeat it again. Let me hear. Is there any way?
In what way can we ensure comprehension after receiving instructions from our superiors?
Okay. I think the first thing first is clarity. And the only way for you to clarify that you understand that instruction is for you to ask questions. That's number one. You need to ask questions to clarify what you've heard. Then the second one is also, you've heard it, the instruction, and you need to carry out the instruction. So you need to seek more support, probably read more books or research about it, or look for somebody that have done something similar to what you want to do, and also learn from them. Then the third one is also listening skills. When you listen carefully, at least 50% of what the person has said or the instruction given, you will grab it and understand it. So listening carefully, let the person gives you everything in that instruction. Then, once you've heard it, and sometimes you need to write them down. I mean, I take myself as an example. I'm still working in the hospital as the administrator or administrative or something. And sometimes the kind of job I'm doing is multitask. And I cannot guarantee that I will hear all the instructions and understand it. So I make myself a notepad. I know people laugh at me, even in my working place. So I go with my notepad. I will quickly write it because it's possible to forget. And then when you write everything down, then you can prioritize your workload or your tasks to know which one is more urgent, which one is the one that is very, very important or very urgent for you to carry out. Maybe some of it may be later. Maybe there's a key one that the manager or the doctors or the nurses will like me to do urgently. So, but the most important thing is when you ask questions, clarify what you clarify what you've heard. Then you can write them down. Always write them down. Because if we are people like me, I can easily forget. So that is also very important. And then when you come to a stage like this, where we are teaching you how you can hone it, the skills, and apply it to your life, to your leadership, to your operation, then you need to ask questions. Then you need to jot some things down. And don't just depend on what we've learned. I mean, what we are teaching you. You need to study. You need to study well. You need to research more. And also have a better understanding. And then be willing to apply it. Because it's of no use staying and listening and going for seminar from one seminar and workshop or the other. And yes, you understand it, but have you taken action? Because without action, it's of no use. It's of waste of time. The reason why we are here on this platform is not only for certificate. It's for us to get better understanding and to apply it. For people to see that, yes, we are improving, we are getting better. So the willingness of want to apply and take action after this, or even during this 10 days, is the key point. How ready are we to take action and apply what we've learned and what we've understood to get better in our leadership and management? How well are we prepared? I hope I've answered the question of my great teacher. But that is my own.
People. You have done more than.
So that is the way I can go. Maybe when I join the evening section, I might be able to gain more answer. Okay. Any other question before we round up? We need to finish this up, please, because in the next few hours, we are coming back to WhatsApp group to learn from Dr. Lonson in depth on leadership and management. And I want all of us to be there. So please ask your questions quickly. I'm waiting. I'm checking the chat box. Thank you for writing this as well. One of it could be taking positive actions towards doing in accordance to what you have heard or you've been instructed. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Emmanuel. Thank you so much for your contribution. Okay. And then another thing is note-taking and extensive research works with also helps in understanding more what you've been instructed. Very good. Very, very good. Thank you. Thank you so much for your contribution. Okay. Yes, I've answered that. Any other thing before we close up? Dr. Ambassador Motola, I want to hear something from you quickly. Quickly. I have few minutes. Dr. Ambassador Omotola Shubowale, are you here with us? I can see your name. Okay, it could be the connection somewhere, because sometimes you see their name, but they were not able to communicate with us. It could be the internet issue. Okay, I'm handing over now. Thank you so much, Emmanuel. Thank you so much, Lukman. Thank you so much, Dr. Stephen. Thank you so much, Sister Esther. Thank you so much, my brother, Collins Oben, Jr. Thank you so much, and Dr. Omotala Shubowale, and many, many more that have joined us earlier. I really appreciate this time. This is much, much better than yesterday. So thank you so much for making my day. Okay, I'm handing over now to Dr. Lonsington to round everything up, and also we can end this section.
Your Excellency.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. Actually, my wife, you can see that I have two accounts on this platform. My wife is using one of it. Yeah, while I'm using one of it. So she has been trying to battle with our own side to ask questions But nevertheless, she said she's going to send it to you on WhatsApp.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's her name,
Okay,
please? What is her name, please, so that I can
Glory
express my gratitude?
Glory Lawson. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, my sister. Good
Yes,
evening, my sister.
I've been listening to your lectures. They are really wonderful. And
Thank you.
actually, I joined late today
That's fine.
because I wasn't around. And where I met you was in active listening. And then I got a question there because in the course of listening, you might find I will have an input to make. And in a situation whereby you were not on the top in an organization, if you try making an input, it has to pass through a search. And then in the course of the input going through, you have some challenges. And maybe the people in charge are ready to accept your input, but it turns out to be a hurt on others. And what do you do in that situation?
As a leader of the team or as the member of the team?
Just as a member.
As a member.
Yeah.
There's a way to go about it, like I said before. I mean, sometimes we need to study the situation. And also, like I said to my brother before, you can even advise them if they don't have something like that system, a box of comments, like they create a box of comments where people can put their comments and complain and other things in that box. And then somebody will be assigned to be in charge of that so that all the issues, all the complaints being made, they can handle it in that area. Another thing is, most of us, we have somebody like direct manager or a supervisor. You can also express yourself with your manager or your supervisor. So another thing also we can do is, if we think that our voice is not being heard, you can just speak to one or two of your colleagues, and probably one of them can also raise the issue. Am I communicating? I don't know if I'm answering your question. There are many ways, and let me chat with you after this because I don't want us to stay too long on this Zoom box. So please connect with the WhatsApp and through your Dr. Lonsing, and then we can answer more of that so that you can get the satisfactory of the answer. Is that okay? Because I'm time conscious. Okay. Because I'm really time conscious, yeah? We don't want to miss out the very, very, very comprehensive teaching of Dr. Lonsing for this evening on WhatsApp. So that's why I want to quickly release you so that you can have your cup of tea or have your dinner before the lesson starts. But the only thing I just want to encourage us all, please, if you haven't done your assignment 1, please do it and submit it to us. Very important, because by tomorrow, I think Dr. Lonsing will be releasing the second part of the assessment. And also, we have certificates after the whole program. So if you're interested in that as well, Dr. Lonsing will explain much better. But the only thing I will let you know that no investment you spend, no investment you do on yourself will be waste of time or waste of money. Whatever you invest into your life, into your development, into your career, into your profession is very valuable, and that is your legacy. So no matter the amount of the certificate or diploma, always make sure that it's not about the money. It's about the investment into investing into your life. And that is the most important thing. I can tell you how many, many more books and tips I have really, really invested on for the past 30 to 35 years of my stay here. Even before I came to UK, I've always invest, buy books, buy tapes, audios, videos to develop myself. And even all the certificates, I can't count them all. So I just want to use that to encourage you that the money that you think you have, because if I ask you how much is the bag of rice in Nigeria now or in Sierra Leone, I'm sure you will say it's more than this. But guess what? Whatever you invest into your development is for the future. So that's the only thing I will say about the certificate and the assessment. Okay, I'm going to end this program now. Can I still get the certificate a bit after the whole class? Should it be, I don't have the money to pay now? Please talk to Dr. Lonson about that. I don't answer because that is not my area. Okay, so talk direct to Dr. Lonson for that answer. Okay, all right then. Thank you so much for joining us. And I just want to end this section. Tomorrow morning, we are coming back to Zoom at 10 o'clock UK time, 11 o'clock Nigerian time. Please, any other person, please check your Zoom time and come and learn, and let's chat and share together. And also in the evening, around 8 o'clock in UK, no, 7 o'clock in UK time, including this evening, please join the WhatsApp and learn comprehensive lesson, comprehensive knowledge to add to your mindset for you to be able to activate your leadership section. Okay, so thank you so much all. We appreciate your time. Keep learning. Learning is living, and do not stop what you've started. You are a great leader, and you can achieve, you can overcome, and you can be a successful, effective leader in your society. And yes, you can. May God bless you all. Thank you. So I'm ending this, and then see you in a few hours' time on the WhatsApp.